Mass protests have broken out across Lahore after the far-right Tehreek-i-Labbaik Pakistan launched a Gaza March towards Islamabad. Thousands of supporters, many of them carrying sticks, rods and bricks, began advancing from TLP's headquarters on Multan Road after Friday prayers. The march quickly turned confrontational when police and rangers tried to block roads. Security forces used tear gas, erected barricades and attempted to also halt the procession at major intersections like Chauburji, Yateem Khana Chowk and Azadi Chowk. Demonstrators broke through the barricades and clashed with police. Demonstrators also took to the streets demanding immediate action from the Pakistani government and also condemning the Israeli airstrikes. Islamabad has been placed on high alert amidst the fears of unrest spreading, with security forces deployed to sensitive zones. Ajay Jandial joins us for more on this story. Ajay, what is the situation now in Pakistan?
You know, situation is still troubling for Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif's government over there. The reason seems to be very clear that since he took over as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, he is watching that what is happening on the streets of Pakistan. And Lahore was, left behind, and today Lahore is like facing anything, and these protests are going on over there. And it clearly shows that this is not going to be very easy for the Pakistani security forces. Rangers were specially deployed to tackle the situation, but even Rangers are facing tough competition from the local protesters over there. They are continuously protesting on the roads and moving towards Azadi Chowk and other area. And this clearly indicates that their demands were till that is not fulfilled, and their anger against the government is definitely very high.
Absolutely. In fact, we're getting a further breaking news now coming in. Tehreek-i-Labbaik Pakistan has claimed that 11 of its workers have been killed. 50 others have also been seriously injured during the clashes. Apart from this, 20 people remain in critical condition. According to the Majlis Shura TLP member Allama Farooq Al-Hassan Qadri, no official casualty figures have been released, though. Police say many officers were also injured and defensive measures were used to restore order. So clearly, of course, Ajay, it seems that defensive measures had to be used to restore order, but TLP claims that several of its workers are killed and injured.
Yes, 11 people, those who were protesting, they have been killed, and they basically received the bullet injury. That indicates that there was direct fire from the Pakistani authorities, Pakistani forces sided to the protesting people over there that, resulted into this casualty. And even 20 are the very critically injured, those who are fighting for the life in the hospital, and more than 50 people are injured, those who are admitted in the hospital. So that indicates that it was a very, tense situation, and but to control the situation, Pakistani forces, they claim that they have opened fire. There is no, official information which has been shared by the Pakistani government authorities, but yes, the Tehreek-i-Labbaik people are saying that their people have been shot by the Pakistani forces over there in the streets.
All right, more breaking updates, in fact, now coming in the Gujarat district. Local authorities on Friday night have dug up trenches at 3 locations along GT Road to block the march headed towards Islamabad. The TLP, led by its chief Saad Rizvi, not only managed to take out the main procession in Lahore as part of its Gaza March, but also kept on moving ahead amidst religious slogans, rendering the police helpless. Bridges over the Chenab and Jhelum rivers were sealed by parking heavy vehicles along the carriageways. Entry and exit from Gujarat via several other points were also curtailed for vehicular traffic. Pedestrians, however, were still allowed to cross the bridges, though officials warn this may become difficult today if further vehicles are added to the barriers. So clearly, of course, barriers erected, traffic also affected due to this. Of course, tear gas had also been used. Protesters had broken through the barricades. Pandemonium was being witnessed yesterday, Ajay.
Yes, protesters, those who are on the streets, they are continuously moving ahead, and they have basically authorities, they place some barricadings, some containers and other things on the route so that they can be stopped. But the thing is that, protesters, we have seen in the past as well, when people came on the road in the previous times in Pakistan streets, then even then this kind of situation was emerged, and today once again totally disrupt in the traffic movement, and totally lawlessness can be seen over there in Pakistan. And why it is happening? Because on-time action of the Pakistani forces means that if they could have been here, then the situation could have been different. But this did not happen in Pakistan, and that's why this is the reason that people, coming from Jhelum side and other barricadings, which they basically are placed, that have been removed by the protesters over there, and they're moving on the road and moving ahead to Azadi Chowk and other part of that area. And they basically, they are angry, and angry mob. You can see that what they can do, it hardly matters for them to lose their life, and that's why they are standing in front of the Pakistani forces, those who are shooting them like anything.
Absolutely. In fact, the government of Prime Minister Sharif has now suspended mobile internet services in Islamabad and nearby Rawalpindi as part of measures aimed at preventing demonstrators from reaching Islamabad. Authorities have also shut schools, colleges and universities in Lahore. So many restrictions imposed as well, and not just in Islamabad but in other cities as well now, Ajay.
Yes, after Pakistani government, they observed that there are possibility that situation could be very worst, and that's why they have ordered suspension of mobile network in Islamabad, Lahore and other part of Islamabad, and it is to basically take some countermeasures so that the situation can be controlled. And they basically wanted to disrupt the communication between the people, protesters and other associations, so that they will not come on the road. But even after that, it is happening that they are on the road. But yes, Pakistan government basically want to hide the situation what is happening in Pakistan, because already Pakistan is in a bad shape because of the Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and and POK. But when it comes to the main Islamabad and Lahore as well, this is something which people are facing, and that's why they have suspended the internet connectivity in Islamabad, Lahore and other part of Pakistan, so that this thing what is happening in Pakistan, how Pakistani forces are using their power against the protesters, that could not go away in other areas of country as well as abroad.
All right. In fact, more updates now coming in. Pakistan Interior Minister of State Talal Chaudhary has criticized TLP, alleging it was using corruption and foreign issues to create unrest and blackmail. In fact, he insisted the Pakistan government would not tolerate violence. The TLP, led by Rizvi, frequently stages massive protests on religious and political issues. On this occasion, the group called the march in solidarity with Palestinians amidst the Gaza conflict. Well, clear confrontation between TLP and Pakistan government. A minister has now hit out at the outfit. Ajay, what has he said?
Yes. Yes, Uday, what is happening is that Tehreek-i-Labbaik people, they are protesting in the roads, and they have already warned Rizvi, who is the head of TLP. They have warned Pakistan that what you are going to suggest as far as the Gaza issue is concerned, because they were also supposed to share something with America and other countries. And when it comes to Gaza, Israel, Hamas-Israel peace peace dialogue process, that Pakistani authorities, they gave a document to these opposition parties that what we are going to do and what we have suggested. But when America shared that document to the world, that then they came to know that that is something which they were not expecting. So that's why this was one of our reasons that they started protesting. Another reason is that they carried out attack on their own people in Pakistan, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and also in Afghanistan. So that is the reason that so many issues basically that basically comes together, and that is the reason that people in large number, they started coming on the roads and they are protesting against